Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's that time again. Your favorite time of the week, which is almost every day now, where you get to see me be mean to people. Because as a complete psychopath, I get pleasure out of just being mean. I live to be mean.
Hey, Jay, can you hear me?
Uh-huh.
All right, so I just had a couple questions relating to... I'm a Catholic, for reference. I have a couple questions relating to praelest and mortification.
Okay.
But first, I just have a couple clarification things. So I saw a clip of your wife supporting, like, paganism and stuff back in 2016 as she redacted those positions.
Yeah, it was before she was received into the church, and she didn't support paganism. She just was doing an analysis of the archetypal symbolism in different tarot cards. She didn't even do tarot cards. She was just showing the symbolism in it.
Right. So do you think that's spiritually dangerous to do that?
Yeah, I don't promote or say that's a good idea to be into tarot cards, and that's why when she became Orthodox in 2017, when she was baptized, she didn't even sell her old book, which had one essay on that stuff.
Okay. And so also I had a question, so about debating. You called Taylor Marshall a coward for not debating you. Is that correct?
Well, I offered many, many times over 10 years to do a debate, and he wouldn't do it. So yes, I think that is cowardly, but it also depends on the reasons why a person doesn't debate. So,
right, so do you know his reasoning?
I do not, because in the case of Taylor Marshall, we had interactions probably 10 years ago, like blog comments, and there wasn't any negative, like, nothing mean or anything like that. It's not like anybody was cussing anybody out or anything.
Yeah, got
it was just a situation where he sort of, I guess, just decided that there's not, my guess would be that for him, there's probably no motivation to do a debate with me. Like, what would he get out of that, right? Like, he's doing fine with his audience. There's no need on his part to do it. So it would really only benefit me. And I think that if he didn't do well in that debate, he would have a lot to lose. So I understand the motivations, but no, he's never stated why he wouldn't do it. But I've also told that I don't follow him, so I don't know. I don't even know if he does a lot of debates, but I'm told that he does the same thing when other people try to debate, that he just simply doesn't do it.
So I'm just curious, and by that same logic, 10 years ago you were a sedevacantist and would have agreed with people like Peter Diamond, so why won't you debate him now?
As I've stated in many cases, that I don't think that they operate in goodwill and in good faith, and they've also lodged a lot of threats for people who will in any way try to disagree with them or clip their stuff. So why would I operate in good faith with people who don't operate in good faith?
I mean, I guess I'd understand. I guess that makes sense, but I don't think you can get mad at people for not debating you when, like, some of your own bishops would probably say you don't act in good faith. But anyways,
hold on. Which bishop said, I quote, don't act in good faith? Now
well, I mean, you attack the OCA all the time for
you just said
not promoting.
Yeah, but so what? You just said that a bishop said I don't act in good faith. Nobody said that.
Okay, so
but hold on, you made that claim. Where is that? You made that claim. Where is that? You made that claim. Where is that?
Yeah. So Jay, are you honestly going to?
You made that claim. Where is the proof of that claim?
Of what claim?
That OCA bishop said that I don't act in good faith. Where is that?
You made like 3 videos where you attacked a ton of people for making like.
You said specifically that the OCA bishop, that you said a bishop has said. Where is that?
Isn't that's what I remember? I watched a video of yours where there was like a ton of OCA priests who.
Yeah. So you're here to find. You're trying to find dirt. Nobody said that, by the way.
Okay.
So do you have any arguments about the issues, or do you just want to argue about me?
No, sure. So now let's talk about the issues, okay? I wanted to get some clarification.
So, no, you didn't want to get clarification. You wanted to try to score a gotcha to make me look bad. I know how you guys operate. Are you a sedevacantist? Are you a sedevacantist?
Things about someone on the internet, right?
Are you a sedevacantist?
I'm not a sedevacantist at all.
Oh, so you just wanted to utilize their stuff for the dirt?
No. What I'm asking you is, I watched their video on you, right? Not even knowing that they were a sedevacantist group at the time, and I'm just trying to.
So wait a minute though. But you.
Lies or not.
So hold on. So you know that like they don't even operate under any episcopate, right?
Yes, I understand.
Oh, okay.
Supporting them.
So they're only useful for dirt and drama for you.
No, as I said, I didn't know that they were sedevacantist when I even watched their videos.
Well, all you've brought so far is dirt and drama. That's what I'm asking you. So that's what I'm saying is that Yeah, you just admit it. You just admit it.
It's a very simple yes or no.
You just no, it's not. No, it's not. You want me to? No, it's not.
Supporting paganism and tarot cards, so I asked about that, right?
Right. So you're talking. So clips from almost 10 years ago. Right. Good job.
Okay.
Yeah. So again, you guys never have anything except dirt and drama. You as a Tradcat.
Okay.
Why is that funny? You haven't brought a single argument.
Do you want to actually talk about the issues? I mean, I was asking.
You came with no issues.
Because
we've been here. You guys are so scummy, dude. We've been here for 3 hours talking issues. Bring your issue.
Okay, so let's talk about the concept of praelest. Okay, is it spiritually dangerous to pray the rosary?
It can be because of imaginative prayer.
So can it not be?
Yeah, I think that it's possible that a person could, the phrases themselves don't necessarily lead to praelest, but it's bound up with Roman Catholic spirituality and imaginative prayer.
Okay, so in what way?
In the way that Ignatian spirituality says engage in imaginative prayer. What do you mean, what way?
What does Ignatian spirituality have to do with the rosary? It's a Dominican prayer.
It's imaginative prayer is Ignatian spirituality.
Yeah, exactly. But that has nothing to do with the rosary. The rosary is not a part of Ignatian spiritual tradition.
I'm aware of that, but it doesn't matter because there are plenty of Catholics who will say use imaginative meditation with the rosary as well.
And there are plenty of Orthodox which you think, and you completely ignore their opinions. So, like you saying, oh, well, some Catholics...
So what does this have to do... None of this has anything to do with the actual dogmatic teachings of your church.
Okay, what dogma is spiritual, like imaginative prayer? Where is that dogmatized, Jay?
It's part of your tradition. I don't care if it's a dogma or not, but I would.
You just said it. You just.
No, I'm talking about the dog.
Does that deny?
I'm talking about the dogmas. I'm saying that this is not even that big of an issue. I'm not here. Do you hear me debating the rosary all the time? I don't care about the rosary.
I've just heard. I remember I watched a clip of you where you were talking about the rosary and about the Sacred Heart devotion.
Yeah, and any time you come to an Orthodox church, they're going to tell. Yeah, now the Sacred Heart actually is in Pius XII's letter. David did a whole video showing that is actually part of your papal teaching.
Well, that's not actually the case, but I want to stick on.
You're saying there's not. You're saying that there's. You're saying there's not an encyclical about. You're saying no. You're saying there's not an encyclical about the Sacred Heart.
I'm saying I have not read that encyclical, and I'm not here.
You just said that doesn't. I am here to talk about it. I'm not changing the topic. You want to? You said Sacred Heart, did you not?
I said that's it. The video in which you talked about the rosary and Ignatian spirituality in general.
So this is a better example than the rosary. Because the rosary...
You're that your point on the rosary doesn't make any sense because you said
it does make sense. It's not the rosary is not an issue of dogma in terms of imaginative prayer, but it's a practice that your church cultivates. And it's a practice...
Define imaginative prayer for me.
How does the spirituality of the Roman Catholic Church define it? You're saying that it's not part of your spirituality?
No, I'm asking you to define it for me so I know what you're talking about.
It's for example, when Alfonso Liguori encourages you to imagine yourself in various situations, such as burning in hell and so forth. Does he do that?
He does, yes.
Yeah.
Sure.
So that's imaginative prayer.
Like, again,
it doesn't... I'm not... I want to talk about the dogmas.
It's just a tradition.
I want to talk about the dogmas.
Okay.
So I don't base... That's a manifestation of your dogmas. So I don't care.
So
I don't care about this.
Is all imagination bad in prayer?
Did I say that?
Well, no, I'm asking clarification because I don't understand.
I want to talk about the... I'm sorry that you don't understand it. But I want to talk about the Sacred Heart. So you said that it's...
So
why are you laughing? You brought... Yeah, I am going back to that because you brought it up, right? You said that it's not part of your teaching?
I said I have not read the encyclical, so I'm not going to make a comment on something that I haven't read, Jay. That seems pretty basic.
Well, I would think you would be familiar with something like that, given the fact that you seem to be very knowledgeable on Roman Catholic spirituality. I mean, that's where you're coming from, right?
Well, what I said was the video in which you talked about that. I remember somebody linked me that video, and that was in the title. So that's what I remember the video from. I have not read the encyclical, so I am not ready to defend my position.
So, do you support Sacred Heart?
Dude, like,
so you're not gonna answer any questions about. You're not going to answer any questions about. You're not going to answer any questions about Roman Catholic teaching. You're not going to. It's part of your. It's not. Has nothing to. It's part of your tradition.
Okay, so I don't know every single tradition of the church. No one does.
Okay. So is imaginative prayer part of it? So there's nothing wrong with me critiquing it. It doesn't have to be dogma for me to critique it.
So every tradition is dogma.
It does not have to be dogma for me to critique it.
But
Are
you
you
said
this
5
dumb?
minutes ago, you keep on saying, let's talk about dogma, and then you're like, well, it's not a dogma.
No, I'm saying that the root, something like Sacred Heart, is part of your dogma, and so that's why I'd rather talk about that. Because look, the phrases of the Rosary themselves, there's nothing inherently wrong with the phrases that you recite because most of it's from the Scriptures. Okay.
Okay, so to clarify, what is harmful about imaginative prayer? What does it do?
Because of the tendency towards praelest, and that's why it's never been part of the
What does
Orthodox
that mean, though?
tradition.
Can you explain that?
You know what? Wait a minute. So you've been listening to me for all these years, and we've done countless.
I haven't. I didn't know you existed until a month ago.
Okay, but so, and that's why you took, yeah, and so you went to a bunch of people that you don't agree with, sedevacantists, to find all the dirt, right?
I watched his video. I've watched a couple of your videos. Again, I didn't know about you or these sedevacantist people or any of these people because I didn't really engage in YouTube theology, so I don't know.
Right, so the reason for this is that imaginative prayer is based on a different anthropology. So Orthodoxy believes in a triadic view of man, body, soul, and spirit, spirit being the nous, and the nous exists for us to have direct face-to-face communication and relationship with God. Let me finish. Direct communication with God. So the intellect, which is good, and it has its place in our human psychology, it's not the highest faculty in man. In the Roman Catholic tradition, the way it developed after Augustinianism took precedence, man became a duality, primarily where he was viewed as body and soul was basically identified with intellect. We can see this in the Summa, for example. That's why your church doesn't teach body, soul, spirit, or nous. So nous it's a faculty that we have that's for direct knowledge and communication with God. It's an Orthodox teaching. It goes all the way back to the Cappadocians, to the Philokalia. It's in all of our spirituality, and it's not present in the Roman Catholic.
It was never in the Western Fathers. You will concede that?
It's in Benedict of Nursia. It talks about the uncreated energies and seeing the uncreated light.
Okay, could you send me that? 'Cause I don't really believe you. I don't think that's true.
This is well known. Benedict of Nursia is cited as seeing the uncreated light. So what you think I just make this up?
I mean, I think you deliberately misrepresent church fathers for your own sake of your position.
When? Who did I misrepresent?
Well, like I said, until you present evidence for this, you can't just claim all of this.
It's well cited in the literature. We've covered the literature for years here.
Okay. Well, my bad. I haven't watched years of your video to understand.
Well, then how are you in a position?
So
how are you in a position? How are you in a position to say that I'm dishonest with the church fathers if you're not familiar with my work?
Because based on what I have seen of you, you deliberately misrepresent the various things.
What example?
Please let me ask
you. Haven't given an example. What's the example? You keep making claims. What's the example of this?
Okay, Jay, can I please ask my question?
No, you cannot, because I want to know the example of where I misrepresented the church fathers. You say I keep doing this. Where?
Okay.
Where?
So
where?
I think you misrepresent Augustine
where?
a lot.
Where?
I mean, do you want me to? I'm on my phone. I can't pull up articles or.
Well, you should at least be able to say what theological point I missed. What did I say that he was wrong about?
Yeah, so you made a claim that he was wrong about. I mean, obviously you disagree with him about original sin. You disagree with him about his interpretation.
And where did I misrepresent what he was saying?
Because I just said that you blatantly disagree with what he says, and I think you.
So disagreeing with him means I misrepresented him in your dumb mind.
Disagreeing with him when you're citing him as an authority on one thing and not an authority on something else is pretty silly, Jay.
That literally made no sense. So you said I misrepresented Augustine. You can't even follow through with what you're saying.
But then say, oh well, his opinion on this other issue that I disagree with him on doesn't matter at all. That's
you're just saying general things. You're giving no specifics. I'm happy to address the specifics. For example, on the Trinity, when he says that there are no theophanies in the Old Testament, I think it's Book 3. He says it's angelic manifestations. Do you agree with that?
I don't know. I haven't read that passage.
No, whoa. So have you read on the Trinity?
I don't know. I'm not in a place.
But you know that I misrepresented him because you haven't read it. So you're a liar. You don't actually know what you're talking about.
Jay,
why do you keep saying my name? You said that I lie and misrepresent the church fathers. You've not read the works, so you're not in a position to say that.
I have read several.
You just said I haven't read the ones that we're talking about. The works of Augustine. You just said I've not read on the Trinity.
That's not what I said. When did I say you haven't read anything about the Trinity, Jay? What are you talking
I
about?
said, you just said, I've not read on the Trinity. You as in you.
I never said, no.
You.
I never said you haven't read anything.
No, I'm not talking about me, dummy. You. You have not read on the Trinity.
Yeah, and I didn't come here to debate that. That's not what I just
Well,
said.
then you're not in a position to, you are debating it. You said that I misrepresented him. You're not in a position to say that.
I didn't. Did I talk about the Trinity though? Was that one of the examples I gave?
On the Trinity is a book, dummy. On the Trinity is a book. The book. It's a title of a book. I'm not talking about the Trinity.
Yeah, Jay.
It's unbelievable. You guys are unbelievable.
Represented St. Augustine on the position of original sin.
You have not read the book, and so you're not in a position to say it.
Yeah, I didn't talk about the Trinity though, Jay. You did. Do
you realize that On the Trinity is about a bunch of things like theophanies? That's why I brought it up.
Yes, but the thing is you're citing a passage from that book that has nothing to do with the topic that I brought up.
It is part of the topic you brought up because it's one of it is because I talk about it in Augustine as a problem all the time. I harp on it all the time.
Okay, so you can bring up an objection that has nothing to do with what I'm talking about if you want.
It has everything to do with what you're talking about. You're a liar, dude. Why do you guys lie? Okay. You guys are such freaking liars. It has everything to do. It has everything to do. It has everything. You can't. Where have I represented him? You can't say. It has everything to do with what we're talking about. You've not read the. You haven't read the freaking book. You're not in a position to say it's not accurately represented. You're such a liar.
Okay. I mean, again,
have you read the book?
You can discount the opinions.
You tell me
in the Catholic Church.
The opinions in the Catholic Church. So again, nothing to do with what we're talking about. You tell me what Augustinian works you've read, and let's go to them. What have you read?
Jay.
Here we go. Saying my name. He can't say anything he's read. Let's go to. Do you want to go to City of God? Do you want to go to City of God?
Yes, sure. I've read that work.
You have. You read all of City of God.
Yeah. At one point, I've read it. Yes.
Okay. All right. And what does he say about, for example, Christ's presence in terms of how he relates to all human nature? Do you think that all human nature will be resurrected?
Wait. So, Jay, is this like...
I'm asking you specifically. Well, you've read the book.
You interrogate people because you don't want to answer questions about positions.
I already answered your dumb questions earlier. Now I want to know about you. You made the claim. No, I don't let you. I don't let you make claims that you can't back up. So no, you don't.
So can we talk about praelest as a theological concept?
Not until I get the idea that you are clear.
Not until you interrogate me about every single...
Well, everything that I've interrogated you about, you have been completely... You haven't had an answer to.
An answer to what?
You said you read City of God, and I'm asking you if Augustine teaches that Christ is united to all human nature.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know what he said on that.
But you read the book.
Sure, yeah. Okay. Believe it or not, Jay, it is possible.
What does the first half of City of God deal with?
I don't remember. I have no
idea. You haven't read it. You would know what the first, because it's divided into two books. So you're again a liar.
No, I'm not, Jay.
What does the first half of the book deal with?
Dude.
So yeah, just repeat my name. You are not making Roman Catholicism look good. Jay. Because you're not in a position to say that I'm wrong.
But I'm not the one who brought up those topics.
You did. You said you're a liar. You said you misrepresent the church fathers. I asked you for examples. You said Augustine. We go to Augustine. You don't even know what's in the books.
That's not even the position that we were talking about.
I don't care. It demonstrates that you aren't in a position to comment on it. You don't know what you're talking about. Okay, that's what it demonstrates. You keep saying, okay.
I admitted in the very beginning that I will not comment on issues other than these topics.
Then you're not prepared. Then you're not in a position to say that I misrepresent the church fathers. It's very simple.
Okay, so I will redact that statement. Now can we talk about praelest?
Sure.
Okay, so practically speaking, what exactly is and isn't imaginative prayer?
The idea that the main faculty of my contact with God is the imagination or the intellect is not true. It's against our anthropology.
What is the imagination?
Are you gonna? Because of the doctrine of the nous. So we have a different anthropology. And that reflects into a different approach to prayer in the liturgy.
So if while I am praying, I am thinking about God, and there's like a picture in my head, is that praelest?
You're not supposed to engage in picturing God in your head, correct?
What does it mean? Okay, so what about words?
Picturing words in your head?
Think of words that come to my mind?
The goal of prayer is to unite with the uncreated energies via the nous.
Yeah, okay, so I'm asking you, so if, for example...
So it is
praying,
to
right?
transcend, it is to transcend the conceptual things.
Okay, but Jay, I'm asking you a
Why do you
question.
keep saying my name? Like, me and you are the only ones
am I
here.
supposed to say?
We're the only ones here. And you keep
Yeah, so
repeating
what
my
do I
name
say?
incessantly.
Okay. So what if I'm praying, right? Is it praelest to pray like the words that come to my head, or do I have to have a formulated prayer?
I don't know what you mean by praying the words that come into your head. So for us,
So say,
prayer, listen.
There is no pre-written prayer. I'm just praying whatever
Okay,
I'm
well,
thinking about. Like,
most
I'll
of
be thankful
Orthodox
for this.
theology is liturgical prayer book prayers. Okay, so when you go
Okay,
to the
so
service,
it is praelest then.
what's praelest?
So it is praelest if someone were to pray and not have some pre-written prayer, but rather just say whatever comes to the top of their head. That is
No,
praelest on your
you can do extemporaneous prayer. That
Why?
isn't.
That's imagination, Jay.
No, that's not what we're talking about with imagination. We're talking about logismoi. That's what we're talking about.
Okay, what is that? I'm not familiar with that terminology.
So why are you debating me? You don't know any of this stuff. You came here to try to
you're
own
using
me and
terms
debate
that
me.
only Eastern Orthodox people use.
It's not my fault that you're not aware of these terms. You came here with this attitude trying to dig up dirt and own me. You came here with all these claims. You came with all these claims.
You're using terminology only.
It's not my fault you don't know the terms. I'm sorry. How is that my fault?
Well, I mean, yeah, sure. It's easy for you to say that when you've converted back and forth like 4 times. Yeah, you know.
Oh, here we go again.
Not all people
Right.
have
So
done that, Jay.
I'm a piece of shit. So you got it. What else you want? Why are you talking to me?
I'm asking you about.
Why are you talking to me?
A specific question.
I'm not interested in engaging anymore because all you have is the low blows when you're shown that you're a complete moron and you don't know anything about what you're talking about.
I mean, all right. If you don't want to discuss praelest, that's fine.
Because I give you the terms and you say, what is that? 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 Why didn't you just come? Why didn't you come to me? And why didn't you come to this discussion in good faith? I mean, it's like you're completely. No, you're not. I can't figure out if you're bad-willed or just really dumb.
I asked you to define the term that you used, and you called me an idiot, Jay, and said that I'm not.
Because your whole approach was ridiculous. Do you not see why?
What a term means that you used, because Catholics.
You didn't do that. You didn't do that. You came here with a bunch of insults and dirt, and then
I never insulted
you just said you changed your religion like 4 times. You're trying to insult me, dude, with your soy voice.
You're trying to parade around like you know the Catholic and the Orthodox terms. Not all people read.
Oh wait, hold on. So hold on. So really you're mad that I know these things. So that's the root of it.
That's not true.
You're an envious soy man.
I mean, again.
So hold on. So you're saying I parade around. You're saying I parade around. I parade around and don't know these things. Is that what you're saying?
I'm humble enough, Jay, to say that.
You're not humble at all. Nothing. You are the definition of a virtue signaling victim soy man. You're not humble at all. You're the opposite of humility. You got wrecked because you didn't know. I don't have to tell. It's not my. So a debate is me defining terms for you.
A debate.
It says debate. What does the title? What does the title say?
What is the title of what?
This Twitter space.
Like debating God, Catholic, atheist, Protestant, Muslim versus Orthodox.
Yeah. So you came to a debate, and you want me to define a bunch of terms for you after you brought a bunch of so-called dirt and drama that was all bullshit.
I asked you to define one term.
You guys are scummy.
For me.
That's not what you did. You came with 10 questions about dirt and drama first, didn't you?
Yeah,
because that's scummy. That's because you guys are scummy. That's why. Stop saying my name. Dude, you can't find answers to what logi are online? Do you not know how to use Google?
I can't get answers to the questions about like whether or not your wife is a
We will, yeah. So that's all you have. You guys are freaking demons, dude. Just scum. So what happens? He's mad because He comes with prepackaged dirt. 5 or 6 questions about dirt. He could Google the word praelest. OrthoWiki comes up with what praelest is. And all that was a way to try to make me look bad. That's all that. I hope everybody sees that. So you're saying, why are you getting mad at? Because I know this scummy approach of Tradcats. This is all they ever do. And isn't it interesting that they do the exact same name repeating? He didn't want to talk about any theology or any dogma. He wants me to define praelest, define logismoi for him. He could go look any of those things up easily. And he wants to lead off with, is your wife a witch? So stupid. Go look it up right here. And then you notice throughout the conversation, the envy actually comes out, right? The bad faith envy comes out where he says, I haven't read all these things. I don't know. I've read City of God. I don't know what's in it. Anybody remotely familiar with City of God would know that the first half of the book, okay, the first 400 or 500 pages, is about the history of the Roman Empire and its relationship to paganism, with a bunch of classical citations from classical mythology and classical authors. The second half of the book is the history of the church, the City of God. So he just spilled out that he was nothing but soy envy, and his rage and cope and envy was the real motivation for why he did all that. So his approach, and this is a big problem in the religious sphere, is all of these passive-aggressive virtue victimhood signalers. Read the Dark Triad paper that we just covered yesterday. That guy is an exemplification of the Dark Triad as a victim virtue signaler. You parade around like you've read all this stuff and you just define it for me. I'm the victim as I talk about how you have a bunch of dirt in your closet. Everybody in this stream can see that that was pure scumbaggery. And yeah, that's why I call you out as scumbag. And the whole chat, he was oozing soy. Absolutely. Freaking. Yeah, you come on a stream and start talking about my wife is a witch and why did you do this 10 years ago? I mean, none of that has anything to do with the actual issues. Then it's, well, just want you to find the words for me, even though you misrepresent the church fathers. When did I misrepresent the church fathers? Augustine. So let's give some examples. I don't know. I haven't read these things.